Swimming in the United States Navy. I want to share a little bit of story, my story about boot camp, or rather I can simply say the basic military training in the United States Navy. Many people want to join different kind of branches. You want to join Navy, Army, Marines, Air Force, whatever you want to join, but you have to know what you are getting into it overall. What that branch operates, what is their main duty in their operations. Because once you want to join the military, overall, you are going to protect the country against all enemies, foreign and domestic, all threats. That's clear. That's the overall. But what particular branch, the duty of that particular branch, what people in the Army work is different from what Marines do, different from Air Force, different from Navy, just like a specific duty what you are going to do. So, welcome. This is Ernest Boniface Makulilo, and I want to share this kind of story while I was in the Navy, and especially on a swimming part. So, when I was going to join the U.S. Navy, first of all, I wanted to join the military in general. So, I had to look each branch and evaluate, like, which one can I join. So, in the end, I had fewer choices than many people. Why I had fewer choices is because of the age. Most of the branches you must be under the age of 29, and the Army and the Navy you can be 35 to be able to join, but that is for enlisted. If you are joining as officer, you can go up to 37 or 39. I don't remember exactly, because I know chaplain in the Navy, they can go up to the age, you can get a waiver to 39, I think. I'm not so sure about that, but there are different kind of age restriction. But because I was 30 years old, I was at that time, I had a little bit fewer options. So I was having Army and Navy. So my father-in-law was in the Army. He's a Vietnam vet. Salute to him for what he has been able to help the country. And then, so he gave a lot of stories about the Army, about he doesn't know much about the Navy. But for me, in the end, I want to join the Navy. So if you join the Navy is a branch. You have to be in the water. You have to be in the ocean. You have to be in the ship. So that is the branch. So during the preparation before I go to the boot camp, I had to start a little bit, learning more about what is the boot camp basic training. There will be like running, this kind of exercise, whatever. So for my case, it was a bit different. I was extremely overweight. I had too much weight. So in order to join, first of all, I had to lose weight to meet the standards. So I had to lose at least, I remember it was around 65 pounds, which is about 30 kilograms. So to qualify. So I was already at the peak of my exercise at the time I'm going to join. So I was able to run, like, at the day I was starting, like, doing sit-ups, I was very having difficult time. But the day I was going to join, like, going to the boot camp, I was able to do, like, even 110 sit-ups within 2 minutes. That I was at the peak. I was able to run 5 kilometers in 16, 17 minutes. I was at that peak. I'm not good in push-ups, obvious. Up to now, I don't like push-ups. I can do according to my age if I'm supposed to do. But to do sit-ups, push-ups, to do sit-ups and running, that was easy for me. And obviously I'm African, so running is part of the DNA, yeah. So, yeah, it is. But when it comes to swimming, yes, I originated from Lake Tanganyika in Tanzania, but that is the deepest lake in Africa. So I cannot just go to the Lake Tanganyika while I was growing up and start swimming. Because you just go there and then deep down, you can die. So I didn't want to really swim. You can go there, just play around, but that is not really swimming. So I know I was joining the Navy, so I had to learn how to swim. So when I was with Marikuta, don't worry about swimming. They teach you at boot camp. Don't worry, they'll teach you there if you do not know how to swim. So lesson number 1, which I can tell you if you want to join the Navy: don't wait until you are in the boot camp to learn how to swim. Learn to swim before you go there. It will make your life so much easy. So much easy. So, for me, before I went to the boot camp, I had the opportunity to be an instructor for the Navy SEAL. So I was teaching them Swahili language. So just instructing them, whatever. So some became kind of friends. So I was talking to them and asking them what to do about some tips about swimming. So they give you some tips here and there because they're the expert. They're the best in swimming. They are fish, those people. They're the best ever people can ever meet into the term like swimming and being active, whatever it is, from their voice, from their athletes. I mean, I don't know how to explain those people. They are different kind of breed. Yeah, so they gave me some few basic tips for someone who want to learn how to swim. So I decided to go to find the apartment which is having a swimming pool. So a little bit I was able to swim from the end, from one end to another end. So from my ignorance, so this is me, my ignorance. So one of the thing was, when I was reading and whatever, is I say, okay, so the test in the boot camp, it is you have to swim from beginning up to the end, and the size of the pool is Olympic size pool. My ignorance, I've never seen the Olympic size pool. Start with that one. The only Olympic size pool I've ever seen is during Olympic on the TV, and you see the best Michael Phelps swim from up to beginning up to the end within 10 whatever few seconds. So for me, I saw Olympic size pool is just a normal pool. Because if Michael Phelps can do boom 5 seconds, I can do there, okay, for a few minutes I can be up to the end. So I started learning how to swim. Like, from my pool was not big, so at the apartment complex I was staying, so I was able to swim at the big, to go there and come back. I said, okay, so if I go there and back, it will be like one Olympic size pool. Okay. One thing I was able to do, because I was not very good at some of my buddies who were in the Navy SEAL, they said, oh, you need first of all to be able to hold the breath, you be able to be comfortable in the water. Don't panic, whatever. So for me, I had to learn how to stop my breathing or just to hold my breath in the water. So I was able to go under the swimming pool, sit there. I can sit there for 1 minute without breathing. I was able to do that. So when I went to the boot camp, it was the second or third day. First day was just cut the hair, whatever. It was crazy. But it was second day or third day that when they took us to the swimming pool, when I saw the Olympic size pool, there was no way on this earth I was just even thinking I was able to swim from beginning up to the end of the pool. There was no way. It was huge pool. It's no joke. I said, is this Olympic size pool? And this Michael Phelps is swimming within 5 seconds up to the end? I said, yeah, this is the one. There was no way I was able to swim up to the end. My pool, the one at apartment complex I was using, I don't know, it's just like 4 or 5 times to reach up to the end. Like, so that was one. Secondly, the pool I was learning to swim was 5 feet tall and I'm 5'6", so I can stand and then I can be here, I can breathe. So there is no way I can have any problem. If anything happens, I can be able to. But the pool at the beginning is 20 feet down. Like, there is no way I can stand. The end of the pool was 6 feet tall. So even up to the end of the pool, I cannot even stand because I'm 5'6" and the pool is 6. So even if I stand up to the end, I will be breathing like this way under the water. So that was impossible. I said, no way on this one. And on top of that, you have to jump from on top to come down. Assumption is you are on the ship. If something happens, you have to jump. And that was designed because of what happened to USS Indianapolis, I think, where there is a fire and some of the sailors, some of the people in the Navy, some of the sailors had accident, some passed away. So the building, which is called USS Indianapolis, was built because of that, and it created some sort of how cold it is, like you're in the ocean, and how you have to jump with the distance from there, and the water you have to go, because they cannot put in a small pool. You have to go down and come up and do that. So if you know how to swim, it's good. If you do not know how to swim, learn how to swim from home. Don't go to the boot camp without learning how to swim. So there is they call it kids pool, the pool on learning how to swim. The kids pool was still bigger than the pool I was learning from before going to the boot camp. That was another crazy part, like, okay. And yes, they'll teach you how to swim, but remember, you are in the military, so no one is going to hold your hand and give you some proper instruction. You know, if you want to do this one, you have to do 1, 2, 3. There is no about babysitting. It is the military, so they are training you. But remember, someone has a special skill on how to break you down, on how to yell to you, on how to get into your head, on how to scream, on how to make it difficult to your life. Yes, they will teach you, but they teach you by someone being on your ear here, yelling with the most scary voice and telling you what to do, and it doesn't care. Obviously, they care if something happens. They will be there to catch you if something happens, but they are training you to make you a sailor. So they are not there like a swim instructor in your home. So to avoid those kind of things, you have to do that. But another fact which I didn't know, when we were doing swimming lesson, if we were 100 people, 98 or 99 were black people, and only 1 or 2 they are white people. And those white people grew up in white neighborhood, I can say, I don't know. So I came to realize swimming is a very serious problem among black people. I didn't know that, and I came to look like, even in the Olympic, I think the 2016 Olympic, I think was it 2016 or I think the 2016 Olympic was the first Olympic with American who was black, one lady. But it's very difficult. I mean, I don't know why we have so many swimming pool, YMCA, whatever. Why people don't know how to swim? Better you have to learn how to swim if you want to join there. Just to make your life easy, because you'll be going back on other time to learn how to swim. And if you don't pass on specific days, you will not graduate. So for me, because I didn't pass on the specific time, so we had to keep going back and forth every time to go to swim until I passed. I passed was 2 days before graduation. That's when I passed, which I don't want for you to go through the same thing. And another thing about swimming, what happened one day, so I managed to swim one day from the beginning, jump there and swim up to the end. And the guy said, you failed because I didn't know how to swim the proper way, like to do this way, whatever those proper way of swimming. For me, because I'm able to stop breathing for 1 minute. So I was able to go underneath the water, like boom, the water is here. I can go underneath like up to here and then come up once, breathe, go down, go up to the end. So I was going to like I can breathe like once or twice up to the end of the pool. The guy said, man, guy, you are African submarine, and that is not a proper way of swimming. Yes, you went up to the end, but I cannot allow you to pass. So he said, for your case only, you have to do swimming through the backstroke. So I had to learn the backstroke, and they had to be able to pass at the end. But that is the one test, is to swim up to the end. If you pass that one, you go to another test, which is they do like a floating, whatever, which was easy. That one is easy, but the easy part on that for me was like, if I hold my breath, I'm okay. So I can float. So that was easy for 5 minutes. Yeah. So, but overall, it is a little bit frustrating. But I wonder, like, I remember some of my my shipmates, people were together in the Navy, were in the boot camp together. Oh, but swimming is easy. You just do this, you relax. But I cannot relax in the water. How can I trust the water to hold me? And the guy is saying swimming is easy. Say, the same guy is telling me that way. And the majority of the people who are failing the running, they are white people. So I usually tell people, okay, do you know running is very easy than swimming? Because every day you are walking, and running is walking faster. You have been walking for over 20 years or 30 years if you are aged 30. So why can't you run? But swimming, I don't swim every single day. So for me, it will be difficult. But running, man, if you tell me go and run for even 30 kilometers, I can just, okay, let's do this. Right now, I can do that. But overall, no matter what, once you want to go there, you have to be serious about swimming. I mean, for me, it was about swimming. That's why I'm talking about swimming. For people, it will be running. They have to do running. If you know how to swim, make sure you are also physical fit to be able to run and do all other things. For me, because I had to lose weight, I had to exercise a lot. So that was not that was very easy for me because I was already at the peak of my athletic running, push up. I was not able to very good in push up, but sit ups, everything I was good at. So that was not a problem. The problem was just on swimming. So try to make sure that you just know how to swim before you go there. And if you are out of shape for running, just be able to make sure that you are able to run. Yeah. But overall, the boot camp was a little bit much of learning, fun, whatever. Yeah, I remember I still have years late. I mean, I have those boot camp letters, those envelopes. You write letters to your family. I have so many letters. I have over 200 letters I was writing. Yeah, so these are some. Yeah, so overall, that is, if you want to join the US Navy, swimming is one among the thing. I remember another thing when we were in the deployment, when we were crossing the international line, at one time they stop the ship, completely turn it off, and then whenever they stop the ship, then we do, they call it the swim call. People jump out of the ship to go to swim. What I did, I just have my phone, just taking pictures and videos. There was no way. Boot camp was just okay. I can swim on boot camp already. I passed, but swimming in the Pacific Ocean, jump from the ship into the middle of the Pacific Ocean. On the swimming pool, I believe no matter what, no matter how deep down I go, I'll go down and then I'll hit at the bottom. But Pacific Ocean, first of all, I don't trust it. What if I go and I go down and I don't come up? I know there is a principle, okay, if you don't breathe and you do whatever, but no. And again, even in that swim call, again, you see the entire ship, when people went there, only like 2-3 black people were able to jump. The rest of the ship, all black people were just chilling on top over there, watching, taking videos. I said, we don't want problem with anybody. This is not a boot camp. This is a real life, the ocean. The only way I was able to jump if something happens is if there is accident in the ship and we have to jump. Out of that, just like for fun, no, thank you, Jose. I'm not jumping anywhere. So that's my story about the swimming in boot camp. Yeah, and also swim call in the deployment. So it was kind of like frustrating, but after passing the boot camp, I volunteered myself. I will make sure swimming is becoming part of my hobby. So now I'm able to swim without any problem, but still I cannot go on myself and jump from the middle of the ocean. No, I'll never take that chance. Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone. And for those who want to join the military, please enjoy, learn, don't cause any trouble. You have so much fun. You'll get great benefits. Yeah. So for me, I joined the Navy. For me, Navy was the easiest one also compared to other branches. Navy and Air Force, I think they are easier. Marine, Army, yeah, it's a serious business compared to boot camp wise. Navy boot camp is the easiest one. Yeah, compared to all other branches. So all the best, everyone, and enjoy.